Okay, welcome to the Unit 6 review homework help video. I will go through the whole thing, so please feel free to skip around as needed. Okay, so number 1. So for number 1 and number 2, you're using the same triangle. Okay, so you're going to rotate the triangle 90 degrees clockwise around the point -2, 1. This is what we did at the beginning of class today. So I'm going to rotate the triangle 90 degrees clockwise around the point -2, 1, which is point M. Can I not comment on this? I thought I did this already, sorry. Okay. So we're rotating around this point, so that means point M is not going to move. It can just stay where it's at. We're going to move around it. Here we go. So I'm going to do, I don't know. I'll just do K. So I'm going to do K first. So step 1, find slope of MK line. Okay, this line right here. So let me see, what is the slope? It looks like we are going 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that doesn't look right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not over 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. 1. Okay, so we're going up 7, which makes sense. We're going from y equals 1 to y equals 8, so that is up 7. We are going up 7. And then how many over are we going? So up 7 and then over 2. So we're going left 2. So that would be -2. Okay, so then if I'm reflecting 90 degrees clockwise, which way are we going? We're going this way, like the way a clock ticks. Okay. So I need my perpendicular line to find slope of. Okay. Well, it's just going to flip and switch. So it's going to flip, so it's -2 over 7, and then we switch the sign. It's 2 over 7. All right. So I'm going to go, starting at my point of rotation, which is M, I'm going to go up 2, yes, up 2, 1, 2, over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was probably a really small dot. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, I'll make it a little bigger. There. Okay, so that is K, K prime, K1, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so you can go ahead if you want and connect those with a line. Okay. Then, just because it's good practice, I'm going to do the same thing with L. Oh. Use slope to draw a line starting at. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing. I'll do it over here. Actually, so I have more room to write. So find slope of ML line. Okay, let's see. From M to L, it looks like I am going from y equals 1 to y equals 4. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going up 3. And I'm going from x is -2 to x is -7, x is -2 to x is -7. So I'm subtracting 5. Okay, perpendicular. So would be, you would flip it and then change the sign. So you get 5/3. Okay, so starting at M, we're going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is L prime, or L1, whatever you want to call it. Then, oops, connect. I really thought I figured out a way for it to let me do this the other day. Hold on. I'm going to pause you. Okay, we're good. Here you go. So here is your triangle. It is rotated 90 degrees around point M. Okay, and we did that with perpendicular slopes. Okay. Oh, wait, that we only did that. So now we have to do number 2. We're going to rotate the triangle 180 degrees about the origin. Oh, geez. Get to pause you again. Hooray. Okay. There. Okay, I left our triangle on for number 1, but I just erased all my notes. Number 2, rotate the triangle 180 degrees about the origin. Keywords here. About the origin, 180 degrees. Okay, you have it's not really a cheat. It's just a table that you can memorize. When you're rotating about the origin, you can use a protractor. Okay, if you use a protractor, now I want to find my better one. Oh, I think I took it home with me. Okay, well, fine. So if you have a protractor, okay, your 180 degree line. No, let me. Do I have another one? Whatever. Your 180 degrees is just down here. It's a straight line. Okay. So you're rotating around the origin. So what you would do is put the center of your protractor. A lot of you probably have a little hole. Okay. You're going to put that on the origin and line it up with, let's say, we'll do point M first. You're going to line it up on point M. Facing the other way. No, that's right. Line it up. I don't like being mirrored. Okay. You're going to line it up on point M. And then you're just going to draw that straight line because 180 degrees is just a straight line. And then just make sure they're the same distance away. Do it with a protractor or using the table. If you rotate 180 degrees, this is the rule. Around the origin, this is the rule. XY becomes, where is it? Nope. Becomes negative X, negative Y. So it just becomes the exact opposite. Okay, so for point M, I'll just start there. It's at -2, 1. Come down here. -2, 1. Okay, so that becomes -2 becomes the opposite, so it becomes +2, and then -1. So that's your new point M. Let me grab my little pencil out. So it's 2, -1. Okay, let me do it this way, and then I'll print it out. No, I can't. I'll post another video proving how you can do it with a protractor as well. But I can't do it on this video. Okay, so that would be, that's our new little M1, or M prime. Okay, so then you're going to do that for all 3 points. So my next point, let's do K. So K is at what? What's the point of K right now? Where is he hanging out? -4 and 8. Okay. Every time. So then that becomes the opposite. So it becomes, instead of -4, +4, and Instead of positive 8, negative 8. All right, so that's my K. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 8, 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're numbered. I can just 4, negative 8, all the way down there. All right, so that would be my K prime. It doesn't matter what order you do the points. Okay, and then L is my last one. So go ahead, and if you have not, pause me and try and do L by yourself. Okay, so L is at negative 7, 4. Oh, sorry, that's supposed to be a negative, not a 0. Negative 7, 4. And then becomes the opposite. So instead of negative 7, positive 7. Instead of positive 4, negative 4. All right, so 7, negative 4, 7, negative 4. Right there. Right there. Okay, and that is L prime. Okay, let me pause you so I can connect the lines. Okay. There it is. Reflected over, sorry, rotated 180 degrees about the origin. Okay, so we are finished with number 1 and number 2. Number 3, find the line of reflection. Hold on. There we go. That would be used to reflect point K onto point X. So don't worry about the other points on here. You're just focused on K and X. So we're going to find the line of reflection. Okay. First step, find the slope. I like to connect them with a line. So we're doing K to X. Okay. And then you would find the slope of said line. So we're going down 1 and over. We're going from negative 3 to 3, so down 1 and then over 6. Did I take it off? Oh, I did. It is down 1, so negative 1, and then over 6. So negative 1 over 6. All right. Then it's going to be perpendicular, so you find your perpendicular slope. So remember, you switch and flip, or flip and switch. No, switch and flip. So becomes positive, and then you flip it. So it's going to be 6 over 1, or just 6, if you will. All right. But you need to know one more thing before you can draw in your line. Where am I going to start my line? And you start it at the middle. At the middle. Here's my middle. Okay, there's the middle of my line. Okay, so then I'm going to go up 6 over 1. Up, oh boy, I'm going to be off my graph. I'll go this way. So down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then over, right there. Okay. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I'm going to be way over. That's okay. You just need 2 points. Hold on. Why is that not? Thank you. So you just need 2 points. So I'm going to connect these 2 points with a line. See if that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 1. Okay, yeah. All right. middle point. All right, and then my slope, or sorry, my equation of this line is, the slope is 6 over 1, which is just 6x. And my y-intercept, go ahead and just put 2.5 in the middle. So there you go. Number 3, number 4. Okay, number 4, you're rotating around the origin. Oh, I guess D we're reflecting over the y-axis. Okay, A through C we're rotating around the origin. So first we're going to rotate point X 90 degrees clockwise around the origin. So try it first. So pause me and try it. Okay, so 90 degrees clockwise around the origin. So once again, you could technically do this with, you could definitely do this, not technically, you could do this with a protractor, but it's easier if you just memorize your rules. If I'm going 90 degrees clockwise, so I start out with XY, okay, I go to, so my X and Y switch, that's the first step, and then one of them becomes negative. So if you're going clockwise, I'm pretty sure it's the first one. Let me know, as I say that, let me double check real quick. Hold on. Actually, I don't care. You can, we'll just go, where is that at? Let's open this real quick. You should have it written down in your notes. Well, I should have memorized, but I want to make sure I do it right. Okay. Here we go. So we're going 90 degrees clockwise. Oh, then your X becomes negative. Okay, or opposite. Sorry, your X becomes the opposite. So Y negative X. Okay, my bad. That's why I wanted to double check. Negative X. Okay. So we're doing that with point X. So what is point X right now? What is the coordinate of point X? 3, 2. Okay. So then that becomes, that's just my way of drawing an arrow. You don't have to do that. So they switch. So I get 2, 3, and then this one's negative. See how that matches? So I switch them. So now here's my Y value, and then my X value is now negative. So clockwise, switch, make your back one negative. So then 2, negative 3 is my new point. 2, negative 3. Oh, okay. I didn't plan that very well. It's going to land right on point Y. Oh my gosh, they're going to land on each other. I didn't do that on purpose. Okay, well, that's fine. So then you actually land right on point Y. Okay. I guess I'll put a dot there. Okay. Oh. Oh, I didn't tell you to label it anything, but that would be your X prime if you want to label it. But it becomes point Y, that's fun. Okay, rotate point M 180 degrees around the origin. Point M, point M. Okay, let me get rid of this. Point M, so where's point M at right now? -5, and Y is -4. Okie dokie. So then if we're going 180 degrees, what's the rule for rotating 180 degrees around the origin? You make them the opposite. Okay. They just become the opposite. So this becomes positive 5 and positive 4. Negative 5 becomes positive 5, negative 4 becomes positive 4. All right, let me graph that. 5, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to label that something. Since it didn't land on anybody, we'll go ahead and label it as M prime. Okay. And then rotate point Y 90 degrees counterclockwise around the origin. Okay, so that means counterclockwise, we're going back this way. All right. There we go. So where is point Y right now? Well, it's at 2, negative 3. All right, if you go counterclockwise, your rule is XY becomes, you switch them, and your Y becomes negative, so negative Y. So switch them, so negative 3, 2, and then this becomes positive. So it becomes the opposite of whatever it is. Okay. 3, 2, which is going to be right where X is. Yeah. So that would be our new Y point. Did not really mean to do that. But actually, let me write it down. So that's actually Y prime. And this is actually X prime. Okay. Oh, reflect point K over the Y-axis, which is the line X equals 0. Okay. When you're reflecting over an axis, it's, pretty straightforward. So I'm reflecting it over the y-axis, so it's going to be a mirror image of itself. Okay. It's going to be perpendicular. Well, horizontal and vertical lines are perpendicular to each other already, so I don't really have to figure anything out. So I just reflect it straight over. So this is 1, 2, 3 away. This is 3 away from my y-axis, so my new point is going to be 1, 2, 3. 3 away. Make that a different color. See if it lets me. Oh, it did. Let's make that, yeah, so that would be K prime. I'll write it above it. In blue, maybe? Yeah. Okay. If you want to draw the lines in, here I can, just to show you. Or draw the line in, I should say. So, they should be perpendicular to each other, and they are. The line of reflection is perpendicular to the line drawn between the 2 points. The line of reflection is perpendicular to the line drawn between the 2 points. Okay, you don't have to draw the line in, but you can. But make sure they're the same distance away. They're both 3 away from the y-axis. Okay, 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had to get caught up. Let's keep going. So translate the triangle below using the rule x plus 3, y minus 1. So another way to think about this is this rule means that I'm going to move my whole triangle to the right 3 and down 1. Moving it to the right 3 because it's a positive 3. If it was a negative 3, we'd be going left. I hate being weird. Okay, and then negative 1 means we're going down. If it was a positive 1, we'd be going up. Negative 1 means down. Positive 1 would mean up. So if you want, if it's helpful, we can write out all the points. So yes, this is the triangle we looked at before. M is at negative 2, 1, negative 2, 1. Okay, so if we use this rule, that's going to be -2 plus 3. Here, let me put my little arrow thing in. -2 plus 3. -2 plus 3, which is 1. Oops, sorry. I lost my, there we go. And then, to figure out y, you're just going to substitute 1 in for y. You would get 1 minus 1. I'm just going to substitute that in for y, so 1 minus 1 is 0. 0. So that's my new endpoint. Let me go ahead and plot that. So, oh, hold on. I covered it up. So it should be 1, 0. I got a little crazy there. All right, there's my new endpoint. So we move to the right 3 and down 1. Okay, go ahead and try and move, plot the new K and L points by yourself. Pause me and do that. Okay. I don't know. We'll do L next. It doesn't matter which order you go in. So L is at -7, 4. Okay. So we're going to go to the right 3 and down 1. To the right 3, so -7 plus 3. -7 plus 3 is -4. And then down 1. So 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1. Oh, let me get rid of that. There. Which is 3. So my new L point is going to be, I'll keep covering it. 4, -4, 3. -4, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's my new L point. Okay, and then pause me and try and find K. So K is at -4, 8. -4, 8. So we're going to go to the right 3 and down 1. To the right 3. So -4 plus 3, -1. And then down 1. So 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1 is 7. So I get -1, 7. -1, 7. Which is right there. Okay, let me pause you while I put in my lines. All right, there we go. Drew in all my lines. Okay, reflect point B over the given line. Label the new point as B prime. So we're reflecting B over this line. So kind of the opposite of what we were doing earlier when you had to find the line of reflection. Well, now we have it. Now we need to just find the reflected point. So find the slope of the line. What's the slope of this line? Looks like we are going down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, and so on and so forth. Okay. So the slope of my line is down 1 over 2, -1/2. So that just means starting at point B, we're just going to use that slope. So -2 over 1. Okay, well, if I go down 1 over 2, sorry, that was, my lights flickered I mean, we could do the down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Okay, but we're trying to reflect over that line, so we're going the wrong way. So I'm going to do, oh, sorry, it needs to be perpendicular. Stop. It needs to be perpendicular. My bad. 2. Find perpendicular slope. This is what happens when I don't start my day off with coffee. Okay, so find the perpendicular slope. So flip and switch. So flip it to find the reciprocal and then switch the sign. So it's going to be positive 2 over 1 or just 2 if you'd rather. Okay. So now we're going to use that slope to graph our line. Here we go. We can go up 2 over 1. So there's a point there. And then I'm going to go up 2 over 1, and there's another point there. If you want to draw in the line now, you may. Okay. And then they need to be the same distance. Remember, they have to be the same distance from this line. So this guy, so this one's too close. These are both up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. They are the same distance away. So this would be your, oops, B prime. Oh, I should not write, I'll put it over here. B prime. Let me write down the answer. So B prime is -3 and 5. Oh, sorry, I should have paused you for this. Hold on, bear with me. There we go. Okay. Write an equation perpendicular to the following equations. Okay, so perpendicular means opposite reciprocal slope. So you switch and flip the slope. The y-intercept doesn't matter. Just make sure you do not use the same exact y-intercept. Actually, for perpendicular, it doesn't matter. Perpendicular doesn't matter. So, really, this one is -5. Oh, I don't know why I went down there. This is -5 over 1. So you have to flip and switch that. So that becomes 1 over 5, and it's positive. Okay? So y equals 1 over 5x, and then, I don't know, plus 3. You can choose whatever you want for the y-intercept. Go ahead and try B and C by yourself. Pause me. Okay. So here we go. So flip it. So I'm going to get 4 over 1, and it's going to be negative. If you just write -4, that's fine. If you want to leave it as 4 over 1, -4 over 1, that's also fine. Okay? And then whatever y-intercept you want, -1. It's all about the slopes. My slope here is 2/3, so I'm going to flip and switch it. It's going to be 3 over 2, and it's going to be negative. And then, I don't know, plus 7. All right, there. All right. Number 8. Write an equation parallel to the following equations. Goodness. So parallel, you have the same slope. So this is where choose a different y-intercept. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it's not the exact same. So we don't use 1 for this one. Use any other number. So it's the same slope, so it's just y equals 5 over 7x, and then plus 2. For this one, y equals, the slope is 2, so it stays the same, minus 5. Doesn't matter for your y-intercept. And then the slope on this one is -3 over 2. Okay, so it stays the same, -3 over 2. Okay. And then let's do -3. Okay. For questions 9 through 11, use the regular pentagon below. Here he is. Okay. We're almost done. So list all the angles of rotation up to 360 degrees that will carry the figure onto itself. Okay. So for number 9, that's where you can use our formula. Do you remember what it is to find the angle of rotation? 360 degrees divided by the number of sides. And equals number of sides. Okay, so for this one, I have 360 degrees divided by how many sides does a pentagon have? 5. So you get 360 divided by, 360 divided by 5 is 72. So 72 degrees. So if I rotate this 72 degrees, it will rotate directly onto itself. All right, let me get rid of this so I have room to write my other angles. That's 72. Okay, and now we have to get all the way up to 360. So you're just adding it onto itself. So think of it as I'm rotating 72 degrees, and then I'm rotating again 72 degrees, which is 4 degrees. Okay, and then I rotate another, wait, we're like right here now. I rotate another 72 degrees. So you have 144 plus 72, 216, 216 degrees. And then we're going to rotate again. And you get 228 degrees. Okay, and then you rotate one more time, and you get to 360. On the pentagon, draw the lines of symmetry. Okay, before you do that, I would actually do number 11 before number 10. How many lines of symmetry are there? How many? So I have a pentagon. How many lines of symmetry does a pentagon have? Goodness. Goodness gracious. Okay, I've been talking too much today. All right. So lines of symmetry, number of sides is equal to the number of lines of symmetry. So pentagon has 5 sides, so we have 5. I think it's easier to go in knowing that. Say, okay, now I can actually draw in my lines of symmetry. Okay, so remember, lines of symmetry, you should be able to fold them exactly in. Oh, I thought it stopped recording. We're good. You should be able to fold them exactly in half over that line. Okay, so go ahead and pause me and try and draw in your lines of symmetry. Okay, here's my line. So I'm going to cut it in half. See if I can do it fairly evenly here. There we go. Oh, it should be a little bit more that way. Oh, I can't get it exactly right. Maybe make it higher. There we go. Okay. So I cut it directly in half. If I fold over that line, it will fold over perfectly. Okay. If it helps you to draw a regular or to cut out a regular pentagon and like fold it, please do that. All right. So this is going from the middle. It's bisecting this side. It's going from the middle of this side to a vertex, right? It's going from the middle of a side to the opposite vertex. It's going from the middle of a side to the opposite vertex. That means it's always good that we could rotate it around and that's always going to work. So it's going from the middle of a side to the opposite vertex. Okay. They should all, we'll see if my lines can be exact, but they should all be crossing in the middle. So they're going from the middle of a side, to the opposite vertex, the middle of the side, right there, to the opposite vertex. So that's 3 so far. We should have 2 more. Middle of the side to the opposite vertex. Oh, that one was a little bit off. Let's see if I can fix it. There we go. Okay, and then that's 4. And you see there should be 1 more. I still have this side that I can cut in half and this vertex. So I can go from the middle of my side to the opposite vertex. If you want, I will post another video where I can like fold these under my dock camera, okay, and prove it to you. But there you go. So it has 5 lines of symmetry. Okay, and they all go from the middle of the side to the opposite vertex. All right, so that's for a pentagon. So number 10, we did that. Really, I want you to go back and look at your 6.6 homework, okay? Just practice with what we just did, lines of symmetry, drawing lines of symmetry and shapes, rotational angles. Yeah. Oh, and also the notes that you just wrote down today about the difference between like parallelograms, squares, rhombuses, and rectangles, okay? Which I also posted on Canvas. It's on there under parallelogram notes, under Unit 6. Okay, read over those. Know the differences. Okay, I think that's it.